Arsenal have been waiting patiently to see David Rocastle back at his best. At the end of last season, Rocky was taking nothing for granted.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about next season because after last season I said I'm looking forward to this season and it's gone how it has, so I'm just going to say I'll report back on July the 8th.
In the Makita tournament, everything seemed to be falling into place. Then the unthinkable happened.
And, you know, things were going well. I was just starting to enjoy the game. The team was playing extremely well. And then all of a sudden, I just remember Gary Lewin pulling me off the pitch. And what I did, my fingers went fully into the ground and broke the second finger.
I don't actually remember a great deal how he did it. All I remember was he went in for a tackle with one of their players. I think it was Vialli, but I can't remember exactly. And the play continued and he was left on the floor. And he shouted out, and obviously there was a problem, so I went to the side of the pitch. And the game was still in play, so it was difficult for me to go on. But he managed to get his arm out, and he showed me his hand. I could see from where I was, he'd dislocated at least 2 fingers. So I just popped on, grabbed him by the legs and dragged him off. Gary
said that the whole finger just completely twisted round, and at first I was panicking a bit because I thought I'd broken my arm, which is more severe than a broken finger. And then when I got back to the dressing room, we had the x-rays done pretty sharply and they said, no, you just broken your finger, so I was quite relieved.
We brought him into the medical room and fortunately at Arsenal we have got an x-ray unit here on match days and we took the x-ray straight away and diagnosed a fracture, as you can see by the x-rays. The finger is actually fractured, it's the 4th finger. It's what they call a spiral fracture, so in other words it's not straight across, it actually goes around in a spiral, which for fractures makes it difficult because it doesn't fix properly and so the finger can move, and if we weren't careful with it, it would have deformity for life. So we bandaged him up on the Sunday. Coincidentally, he had 2 dislocations as well. The 2 joints at the end of each finger were dislocated, which I reduced on the pitch, and it worked out very, very well. The fracture needed some intervention, so we saw the orthopaedic surgeon on the Monday. And as I can show you by the results, he went in Monday afternoon and had 3 screws fitted. Hopefully you can see them okay. Straight across the spiral fracture. Different view there. And they fixed it very, very well. He came out on the Tuesday morning. He came in with me on the Tuesday afternoon, did some light training to get the anaesthetic out of his system. And he played on the Wednesday night against Watford.
The injury was just the latest in a series of setbacks for Rocky. But at Highbury, fingers are being kept crossed that the best of David Rocastle is yet to come.
Every time he makes a comeback, he seems to pick up injuries, and not the run-of-the-mill injuries that we can treat. They're normally to be fractures. I mean, last year he broke his toe at Derby here at Christmas, and he was out for a while with that. And then he made another comeback and played at Derby, and then had another knee injury where there was a bit of bone floating inside his knee that we had to remove. So he's been very, very unlucky, but touch wood, this season hopefully will be the right one for him.
Like I said, no one's guaranteed a first team spot, but as long as I just have all the injuries behind me and I work hard in training and the matches I do get, I show the manager I can do something, then obviously if I get a chance, hoping to take it.